freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. The only way they can inherit the freedom we have known is if we fight for it, protect it, defend it, and then hand it to them with the well-taught lessons of how they in their lifetime must do the same. And if you and I don't do this, then you and I may well spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 393 of Gun Freedom Radio, where we engage, we educate, and we inform. We are brought to you by azfirearmsauctions.com, where you set the price on guns, ammo, and accessories. I am one of your hosts, Cheryl Todd.
And I'm the other guy, Dan Todd. The theme today is the future of PrairieFire. And our guests are Bill Wilson, Craig Kozeniesky, and Lanny Barnes. Bill Wilson served as the CEO of PrairieFire. He previously served 28 years in the U.S. Navy as a SEAL officer, retiring as a captain in 2014. Craig Kozeniesky is the vice president of PrairieFire. Craig served 28 years in U.S. Marine Corps, retired as a colonel and as deputy commander of Marine Forces Service Special Operations Command.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. And Lanny Barnes is a three-time Olympian in
biathlon.
Okay. Let's start.
Three-time Olympian in biathlon and is a national and world champion in several shooting disciplinaries. Lanny is part of the PrairieFire Team. Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have three such amazing people, and thank you all for your service.
Cheryl and Dan, thank you guys for having us on today.
Absolutely. So, Bill, let's start with you. What is PrairieFire? It has an exciting sounding name. Please help our listeners and our viewers understand better what PrairieFire is.
It's very simple, Cheryl. PrairieFire is a company dedicated to the rights and responsibilities of gun ownership. Plain and simple. And we do that through several different ways. We do that through training and education at one of our training facilities. We do it through competitive sports that use firearms as part of the competition. And then we also have a proprietary and brand new, exciting way to compete to lower the barrier for people to achieve proficiency with a firearm, primarily a handgun, and get them involved in the fun of shooting. It's a rank, it's called rank, and it mimics, we think exceeds a golf handicap, and it gets people of all ages, all skills, all levels of athleticism in the business of going to a range, shooting one of our targets. It takes 10 rounds, and then you can compare and share those results with your friends, family, and also enter competition. More to follow on that, but that's really the three parts of our company: training and education, competition, and then a brand new way to get people involved in the sport called PrairieFire Rank.
That sounds very exciting, and especially for people who maybe can't get out to a range as often as we would like to, be able to be in a competitive space without having to fly into a specific range on a specific day. And so, Craig, I'm going to jump over to you and have you kind of unpack a little bit more about what that rank competition and championship is all about.
Absolutely. You actually teed it up very nicely there. It's really meant to be accessible by as many people who want to participate as possible. It's certainly a feeder for competition, but also it's a great training tool. It can be used just for skill progression, your critical or cold skills assessment, just to see where you are. And then also as a friendly competition to work with and against your buddies there in your own indoor range, or get into a more serious competition cycle within the range itself. What we have set up that we've been rolling out for the last 6 months is our range partners across the country is taking rank out to them, giving them a demonstration and allowing their customers and members to use that, to get familiarized with it, and then put them in a competition format, and then let them qualify for a larger competition, a national championship that we're hosting here this week in Texas as part of the Celebrating Heroes competition. And so that's really how Rank will serve as a competition venue, but also if someone wants to just take it and shoot it on their own and once a month or once a week and just use it as a training tool, you can do it at 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, or 25 yards if you're a pro, indoor and outdoor, in and under some observation or validated on your own. We have the ability and the technology for a user to shoot that, to scan their target into our system. It's uploaded, it's scored, and then they're added to a leaderboard, which is represented across the PrairieFire community.
That is so exciting to me to kind of marry together, the traditional, using the traditional tools and spaces with new technology, like scanning in your scores and that sort of thing. Now, does this have to be live fire, or can it be, dry fire type practice? I know they've got like laser systems and these kinds of things now. And with winter coming, there's a lot of people that are either they have to find an indoor range, or they start rehearsing and practicing, with dry fire types tools. What do you say about that, Craig?
No, that's a great question, and frankly, that's exactly where we want to go with it. In fact, we have worked with several partners that you can do simulations, whether it's just a laser type of dry fire simulation or even airsoft, for example. But I think all of those things are on the table. In some respects, we'd like to see this gamify so that it can be spread across another whole population of folks that can attract another whole sect into becoming exciting about shooting as well. So, and also, we're concentrating on pistol now, but we want to look at other ways to make Rank more accessible across the industry. Pistol caliber carbines, for example, and a rifle version. Those are in future development stages, but I think this is a great venue for just getting in the competition mindset, but also just in skill progression.
That's so exciting. I love the whole idea of that. And Lanny, let's jump over to you. Craig mentioned an event called Celebrating Heroes, which we are sitting in the studio on Wednesday, October 26, 2022. And so, when he mentioned it's coming up, by the time this airs on the 9th of November, I think it's going to be in our rearview mirror. But, talk to us about it. Is it an annual thing? What do we need to know about that?
Yeah, so it's really exciting new event that PrairieFire is putting on. It actually is a $100,000 tournament that will take place this Friday, which will obviously be the past. And hopefully we'll have some pretty exciting head-to-head finals in this competition. But more or less the idea is it's bringing together people from all different shooting communities. I mean, we have, bullseye shooters, we have speed shooters, anybody and everybody in between. We've put on different regional championships around the country, as well as allowed people to qualify at their home range if they can't travel to one of the regionals that we put on, just to give people from all different walks of life an opportunity to jump into an exciting new shooting sport. And basically the way I kind of break it down is it's 4 stages which kind of go through the progression of shooting. You start out with the rank, which Craig and Bill explained a little bit, which is basically a bullseye match. You have to be very accurate. It's a stand and shoot. From there, you graduate. We actually have 150 competitors from our roughly 300 that will move on to the second round, single elimination. So it puts a lot of pressure on it. The 150 competitors will compete in what we call defender, which is more or less defend your castle. And it also is still an accuracy, but it drops the time a little bit, and you have to do strong hand weekend, so it increases the skill. Third stage is essentially your standard head-to-head shoot off with a few little new twists that our competition committee added in there. And then the fourth one is another head-to-head, but one that the shooting community hasn't seen yet. So it's going to be very exciting, and hopefully we'll be able to broadcast that out, and everybody will be able to see it once this hits the radio waves. But we're pretty excited. It should be an annual thing, but next year it's going to be $1 million tournament.
Ooh.
I was just thinking 100,000 is quite a bit, but $1 million, maybe I need to learn how to shoot.
Well, so I follow you, as hopefully all of our viewers do, on Instagram, and you'll stand on a yoga ball and do a cartwheel, and you'll hit the bullseye every time with absolute safety and all the training you have. So, I mean, seriously, does a mere mortal like myself and Dan, do we have a chance at this, Lanny?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the way that, especially this year, the way the competition progresses, it plays to everybody's skills building up to where I think everybody would like to be at a proficiency level with a firearm, so we have people coming to the championships that hadn't been out shooting in 10 plus years, but they were able to qualify, and they're going to be competing against people like Jerry Michalek and some of the top shooters in the country, and it's going to be very, very exciting to see. Give people an opportunity. I think there's going to be some people there that might surprise some of the pro shooters and really give them a run for their money.
I love it. And there could be a lot of people that they don't have the time or the finances to go physically to these competitions, but on their own home range, maybe they're pretty dang good, and this will give them a chance to sort of show what they've got and what they can do, and that sort of thing. But
yeah, I can hit a barn. Do I qualify?
Yeah. But do you hit the broadside of the barn?
Yeah.
Or the okay, very good.
Bill, what does the purchase of Front Sight mean to PrairieFire?
Front Sight's an amazing facility, Dan, and PrairieFire is just one of, as you know, Front Sight's in the middle of a bankruptcy process. We have been following it for some time now. We are one of the parties that, the bankruptcy court, and specifically the judge, will decide what happens with the future of Front Sight. We're optimistic that we've offered, a compelling reason that our team would make wonderful leaders of the Front Sight going forward, if that's possible. But it's really in the middle of a bankruptcy process. We don't know where it goes. So we've put together a great team in the event that we are selected to be worthy of taking that site over. We'd love to do it, and we want to recognize it's a remarkable place. If you haven't been out there, the facility is one of the finest facilities we collectively have seen, and the vision for providing phenomenal training, competitions, and again, just celebrating proficiency with a firearm. That's the central point of all this. Celebrating proficiency with a firearm is something that should be celebrated, period. We should celebrate it, just like fencing or riding a horse or carpentry, any skill that we have in our daily lives. It's something that we feel very strongly about providing people the means to become proficient, and then celebrating it as part of our wonderful heritage as Americans. So I don't know where it's going to go. Boy, I wish I had a crystal ball. We sure hope. And if you want to cross your fingers out there and hope for the best of us, we'll take it all. Take all that we can.
How about across the fingers, both of them, and a prayer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Find a piece of wood too. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, we again, the team that we've assembled, you can see Lanny and Craig and then the folks that are not on this call, we've assembled an extraordinary team to really, if we're selected, to really do something to make this place, we believe, the finest shooting destination in the world for training, competitions, experiences, exposing people that would never get an opportunity to shoot. The other thing is, through our competitions, there will be people who will never compete at that level, but just like watching NASCAR or watching Formula One or golf, if you have golfers out there, providing someone who loves this sport that we have and can cherish it, a place to go celebrate their heroes and create an entirely new sport behind it for folks that may never shoot but really are interested in it and televise it and provide content that provides a very positive image of this
Yes.
incredible sport that we all enjoy.
Yes, and that is so important is, that renormalizing. That's one of the big components of our show. We're trying to always reach people who are in a middle space. They're not, diehard anti, gun and rights, or even people that, they're never going to even, question the importance of firearms and their rights. Though that's okay. It's the people in the middle that, they're not real sure what this whole argument is about. And so to renormalize gun ownership and the fun of competition shooting and the skills that are learned, especially when kids are coming into it, all the different skills you learn, is so important. And, firearms used to be a normal tool in every single home when our nation was founded. And so I don't know how we ended up really where we are, but when you talk about televising events and cheering people on, I know just even the show Top Shot has, brought it into people's homes and vocabulary, firearms competition and shooting in a way that before that it wasn't. So this is an exciting idea that you're talking about. And I know a lot of people don't know how, bankruptcy courts work and all that receivership stuff and all of that. And so it isn't like you just are going to buy a business or buy a building. There is a whole process to go through. And we're definitely going to be checking back with you and seeing how that's going as we work our way through that. But I love what you've said, Bill, there. And Craig, I'm going to jump over to you and say, PrairieFire. So Bill described what PrairieFire is.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hear in that you have okay, we are a range, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are, ideas, your competitions, your these kinds of things. But tell us a little bit more about, does that look like, and what does the next year hold for PrairieFire in 2023?
Yeah, 2023, we are really looking forward to that. We've had a very long, arduous 2022 as we're pulling together various plans, keeping up with developing an aggressive vision and looking at that renormalizing that you talked about and addressing, that community and being a beacon for the community. So 2023 is exciting for us because we're making progress on the next steps of our range complex in Texas. So in Williamson County, north of Georgetown, Texas, near a little town called Florence, we are building out PrairieFire Texas. At present, it consists of a range complex that's going to be used for celebrating heroes, as was discussed earlier. But we have also an indoor range that's under construction that we hope to see finished, hopefully by the fourth quarter of 2023. As well as adding additional action shooting, rifle, pistol, carbine courses on the property, as well as shotgun and clay sports for all manner of things for shotgun. So there's all of these things that are going on in Texas. Obviously, hopefully to address that membership base that we'll build and reinforce with the other pillar that Bill had talked about is continue to expand our range partner program throughout 2023 as well. So we've got great reach so far from California to Florida to Virginia, all over Texas and the Midwest, and we intend on quadrupling that this year. So we'll have we've had a lot of receptivity to the rank program and then what PrairieFire will offer in terms of reciprocity for training for instructors, and then also advertising and promoting our range partners as well. So that in and of itself, I think, is going to be a pretty aggressive line of operation that we'll be pursuing in 2023. That'll keep us very, very busy. And of course, Bill talked about it. If things go our way and we are able to get a nice foothold in Nevada, that's when we really turn on. And so we will see a transformation of the finest complex in America for live fire shooting, making it better with some significant capital improvements, and then taking that outstanding membership base of the largest membership base of any range organization in the country, transitioning that over and then taking what we've learned from them and then making it better. So we're busy. We're going to have to also probably build our team out a little bit more, quite a bit more, and be able to cover down on these things across the country. But it's an exciting time for PrairieFire. We've made a lot of partners. We've had some great exposure, and we look forward to building on that in the coming year.
Yeah, I looked at the website, the PrairieFire website, and the team that's there now is just like, holy cow, really top-notch, impressive people, just solid, people of integrity, like yourself, Lanny. And I cannot help but feel excited about the future of your company. I feel like you were trying to get a word in edgewise, and that's always a challenge with me. So
I just want to get back. Yeah, I just want to get back with Lanny if I could. Lanny, the $1 million shoot. I know you've already had the $100,000 one, but if listeners want to know what does it take to make this happen, how do they find that information out so they can be prepared to either say yes or no to the $1 million shoot you have coming up next year?
Well, the exciting thing is there will be 16 of the top men from the $100,000 tournament and 8 of the top women that will automatically pre-qualify for the $1 million tournament next year.
Awesome.
We're working on the dates. I believe it's going to be the 1st of November or first week of November next year.
Mhm.
We're going to have probably a series of 4 regional championships throughout the year to give people the opportunity to qualify for the $100,000 tournament. We're going to line out stages and things like that so people can practice and, really get into it. But I think the most exciting thing for me with an event like this is, as you know, my background in biathlon in the Olympics, I got to compete in front of 50,000 people, and it was very, very exciting. And we're hoping to bring that kind of excitement to shooting sports in the United States. Because now, a lot of the shooting competitions, you hardly can get your parents to come watch you. And I think that, in the future, we're hoping to change that, try to make it exciting and something that people can get behind, even if they aren't competing.
Right. So is there a website or something they can go to learn what the steps are for this?
Absolutely. Yes. PrairieFire.com, as well as PrairieFire rank on social media.
Awesome. I'm going to be looking that up. I might want $1 million.
absolutely. I just think that that's such a neat idea that you guys have laid out there, and to make it more of a sport that we watch and we cheer on. I mean, you've mentioned golf a couple of times, Bill. We're not golfers. We live one street over from a major golf course here in Arizona that people, fly in to come and participate in. We do not golf. It's just not our thing, But I know that I have friends all over the nation that tune in and watch golf and have their favorite golfer, that sort of thing. And I'm like, if you can get excited watching golf, okay, I think you can get excited watching people compete with firearms. It is it's more of an adrenaline fueled
Well, it's already proven. I
kind of
mean,
a
like
thing.
Top Shot. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the national TV. And so there are people that are interested. I think it'd be a great thing. A lot, probably better than golf.
Exactly.
We know it's going to be exciting. We absolutely know it. And Lanny is probably underselling herself a little bit. She's going to lead the development of a brand new sport. And what we're hoping to do is provide the excitement that Lanny brings. If you watch her videos, I'm always blown away. I just can't believe that you can do it. And then what Craig and I did in the military that civilians never see. We have these things called monster matches that are team events that involve shooting, but they're athleticism, decision-making, and we're going to blend all of that together to create a new sport. This sport doesn't exist. We believe it should. It happens to be a sport that involves firearms, but it involves other things as well that will draw in viewers and pique their curiosity, delight them. And you don't know. I mean, we don't know who will win these things. We don't. They're very, very different. And why shouldn't firearms have its own marquee sport? I mean, come on. We deserve it. There are 100 million of us that are going, hey, please create something I can tune in, watch, and enjoy wildly and relate to somehow.
No, I love it very much. And I'm very excited about the future of PrairieFire as we have named the show.
But just So you're not knocking golf, are you? No, you're not. Okay, come on.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm not.
no.
Okay.
Okay. Just want to clear that up.
Let me
There's golfers out
yawn
there.
through my answer. I'm
There's
sure
golfers.
golf is
There's
great.
golfers that shoot too. So be careful.
That's true.
Don't burn any bridges.
All right. Well, thank you three for all that you have done, all that you're doing, for your time today. And I know you are all running off to your next thing. So let's start with Bill. Just tell us if there's anything important that we haven't covered that folks need to know, or how they can find out more about you yourself or the organization, the different competitions. And we'll just do a quick round robin on that. Bill, you go first.
2 points. Number one, just follow us on social media. Tune into us on our website. We are building this plane as we're flying it. We know where we're going to go, and we're very excited about it. And then you mentioned getting new people in the sport and giving them a reason to stay in the sport. If we could emphasize that by youth programs that we're going to do, and in the next thing, we'll each tell our stories of how we got into shooting, because they're wildly funny. But we also have a virtual, one of our products. It's a virtual product. It's augmented reality, where you can actually, in the comfort of your own home, you can shoot rank. So to get people that, gosh, we need to get them to a range. Well, what's the first step? They have to know about us, and they have to do something. They may not have access to a range to get there, but just on that journey to becoming proficient with a firearm, it's a big tent. We've got lots of openings in that tent. We'll take anyone that we can get and just show them the absolute joy of this wonderful and unique right that we have here in America.
Oh, fantastic. Craig, any final thoughts on all of that?
Well, there will be something for everyone in PrairieFire, whether it's a physical location or if it's as part of the PrairieFire community, as Bill mentioned, whether it's simulations or augmented reality scenarios. And for you, Cheryl, shooting golf. Yes, that's coming to PrairieFire Nevada and PrairieFire Texas. You will be our first one across to tee off. So look forward to that.
I love it. And Lanny, take us out with websites and social media pages and anything that we need to know.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, to second what Bill and Craig said, I think, PrairieFire is going to create access to everybody, to the point where it's something that you can do and still enjoy the other hobbies that you have. And I think that the thing that excites me the most is it's going to create opportunities that I've had in the Olympics for people all across the country. And there's no reason why we can't celebrate that kind of excitement and shooting here in the United States. So I'm really excited about that. And I just encourage everybody to check out PrairieFire.com and follow us. We're updating our website constantly, so there's always new information. So keep checking back, as well as our social media pages, everything from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of those things out there. PrairieFire Rank is the social media handle currently. So check that out as well.
Fantastic. I'm so excited to follow this journey. And we're going to have to definitely have you folks back on at the first of the year and just kind of see, all right, where are we with things? And, encourage people to get tapped into all the competitions and that sort of thing. So if you'll come back, you have an open invitation.
And thank you very much for what you're doing. Getting families and younger people involved is a key to everything. So thank you very much.
So much. All right. Thank you, folks. We will talk to you soon. Bill, Craig, and Lanny. Bye-bye.
That was awesome.
That was so fun.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you so much. Bye, Lanny.
Bye.
I'm excited about how this is going to all come out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the whole spectator sport angle is huge.
Yeah.
Anything
So
that helps involve the younger generations is huge.
Right.
So I'm excited, and that they've got this range that they're building out in Texas. I don't think we've ever been to Florence, Texas, but maybe we need to go check it out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am tickled that they're doing this, and that we know people that have that entrepreneurial spirit. I love how Bill said we're building the plane as we're flying it, because does that not describe our entire life?
And sometimes we use the wrong parts.
Tell you.
You know, we should probably have wings.
Maybe, being entrepreneurs, we've been married, 37 years.
Counting.
We've been in business together doing something all of those years. And a lot of them we've gone into with just kind of this, well, I don't know, it sounds like a fun and interesting business.
Everything
Let's
we've ever
try.
done has been that way. Everything. And we have hard landings, but we haven't crashed.
True story. So we love that spirit, and
Yeah.
and we're excited about this journey
Just
that
do
they're
something.
on.
Do it.
Yeah, right. Pick a thing and get started,
And then pick another thing.
and then pick another
And
thing.
then another thing.
So anyway, thank you so much to these three awesome, accomplished, amazing people, Bill Wilson, Craig Kozeniesky, and Lanny Barnes.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being our guests today and sharing part of your story with us. Thank you to our amazing viewers and listeners all over the world. Wherever there is internet, you guys are tuning in, and your time is your most finite resource. So the fact that you are spending it with us, that's everything. We
Yeah.
value that. Thank you so much for that. If you would like to watch this show over again, the video portion, or any of the videos that we've ever put out, please find us on any of the websites that hold our videos. And there are multiple. YouTube, right now, as we sit here, what did I say? Wednesday, October 26th of 2022, we've got 2 strikes against us on YouTube. They didn't like some things that some of our guests said. And that's unfortunate that we're living in a time when, people are just talking from their area of expertise. There was nothing harmful or threatening or, anything like that. And YouTube decided that rather than, because they reached back like 2 years ago to find these videos that we had. And so there could be other videos out there that we've already posted that over the course of time, topics have become no topics. Who knew? We've got a show like Gun Freedom Radio. We talk about freedom and we talk
Right.
about guns. And
we talk about politics.
we do.
We,
Absolutely.
and
interview
so-
people who are running for office. And so we talk about everything on here.
so we talk about what we believe is the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and we get punished because they don't like it.
Yeah. So they could reach back into an old episode and find something else they don't like. And what's weird is that they don't just take the episode and say, hey, listen,
We're kicking this one off.
we don't like this, we're going to take this one off or whatever. There's a strike against us. And so from what I understand, it's 3 strikes and we don't have a channel anymore.
So
So
what
all
kind
of
of
that to say,
yeah.
we're trying to move to Rumble. We're brand new on Rumble, and we need you as a subscriber. So please click in and push all the buttons, right? Like, share, subscribe, notify.
Either that or send us $1 million and we'll push the buttons for you.
I like that. So instead of doing the firearms competition for $1 million, we're just gonna,
Ask for it.
we're gonna say, look, you can send us $1 million, or you can push the subscribe button, right?
Right.
I like
Or
it.
you, on a rare occasion, you could do both.
Right. We would be okay with that.
What would we do with $1 million if the listener sent us $1 million?
We would be very good stewards of it, and we would
Fight for
invest
our
it-
rights.
Yeah, we would invest it in the work that we're already doing to get the word out to normalize.
Because we're investing our
firearms
time and
owners.
money in that right
Yeah.
now anyway.
Absolutely.
So we just have more to do it with.
Absolutely. So, and if you want to listen to any of the episodes that we've ever posted up, maybe you're out for a long Sunday drive, you're having a great bike ride, you're hiking, you're somewhere, and you can't be in front of a screen, but you want to participate in the shows that we've had, go to our website, GunFreedomRadio.com, click the on demand tab, and
Binge listens to your heart's content.
darling. And if you like to see the photos and bios and the works of all the guests that we've ever had on, same website, GunFreedomRadio.com, click the guest tab. There is a very rich resource there of subject matter experts that we've had on the show over the years. And when you spend time there, we don't hate that.
No.
So, all right, we've got to scoot on down the road here.
Before we do, we should pray for our nation.
Let's pray for our nation.
Pray for our world.
Absolutely.
Pray for our leaders.
Mhm. Even the ones you don't like, Dan.
Well, I hope they got voted out. Right?
Maybe
If
especially.
they did, that'd be a lot easier.
Maybe especially.
Still
the
pray
ones
for
you
them
don't
though.
like.
Pray. I
Yeah.
don't want anybody out on the streets or anything like that. I just want them to. I just want people to not mess with our rights. That's
right.
all I want. Whatever else you want to do, just don't mess with our rights.
That's true, right? That's so true. We were raised, keep your hands to yourself, live and let live.
Live and let live, as Mark
J. Victor.
J. Victor would say. Yes.
Yeah, he's one of our good
Live
friends,
and let
attorney
live.
here in Phoenix, and he has a live and let live
Philosophy.
philosophy. It's a
Yeah,
good word.
That's
Thank
a good
you.
word.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Can't say
Velocity.
I can't say.
Philosophy.
I can't say.
Biathlon. Oh, that's the one that tripped you
Biathlon.
up.
I can't say that, but I can.
That's why I'm here, babe. That's why
I
I'm
know.
here. Because I write the script, so
Now
I
we
already
just have
know
to-
what's in the
Now we
script.
just have to figure out why I'm here. Anyway.
All right. So, yeah,
We
pray
prayed for our nation. We prayed for our
pray
leaders,
even the ones we
and
don't like.
Now's the time to say goodbye
To all our family,
to all our listeners.
all our listeners. All right. Until next time, be good to each other. Have a great week, and God bless.
See you real soon.
Golf shooting.
Hmm.
I'm interested.